Well, we were just treated to another painfully awkward preview of Fox News' upcoming joint interview with our nation's co presidents, Elon Musk and Donald Trump, in which Musk behaves in a predictably, visibly awkward way, seemingly annoying and embarrassing Donald Trump sitting right beside him. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, as you know, because we discussed it in a previous video, Sean Hannity of Fox News will be jointly interviewing Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and I think the interview airs at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, okay? But for some reason, Fox and Friends decided to give us another preview. I don't know why they chose this clip, because it's pretty awkward, but presumably it's among the least awkward of the clips they had at their disposal. So that means that it must be pretty bad. So we're going to play the segment and then unpack it together and then remind you of the first preview, which was also pretty bad as well.
Right. So Sean Hannity has the first exclusive interview with the Doge leader, Elon Musk, and our president, Donald Trump. He went to the White House last Friday. It's going to air tonight during Sean's show at 9 o'clock. Everyone will be watching. But here's a sneak peek at what you'll see tonight. And this is Elon talking about when he realized that Trump derangement syndrome was real.
Now you're going to rescue astronauts. And now, and again, you do all of this. I would think liberals would love the fact that you have the biggest electric vehicle company in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be adored by the left, you know.
Yeah, not anymore.
Less so these days.
He killed that, huh?
I mean, less.
I really didn't remember.
Well, I mean, this whole sort of like, you know, they call it like Trump derangement syndrome, and I didn't, you know, you don't realize how real this is until like you can't reason with people. So like I was at a friend's birthday party in LA, just a birthday dinner, and it was like a nice, quiet dinner, and everyone was behaving normally. And then I happened to mention, this is before the election, like a month or two before, I happened to mention the president's name. And it was like they got shot with a dart in the jugular that contained like methamphetamine and rabies, okay? And they're like, wow! And I'm like, what is wrong? Like, guys, like, you can't have like a normal conversation. Yeah. And it's like, it's like they become completely irrational.
I cannot wait to watch this.
I'm not sure Elon Musk is an arbiter of what constitutes a normal conversation, given that he seems constitutionally incapable of it. And you see Trump like leaning away. Trump will barely look at him. At one point, he was visibly annoyed because he started to laugh and then started to answer Hannity's question. Oh, you killed the left's love for Elon Musk. And then they started talking over each other. And again, Trump looks away. You can tell he really doesn't enjoy sharing the spotlight with Musk. We saw that during their Oval Office exchange where he's sitting at the Resolute desk, Trump that is. I believe Elon graciously permitted him to sit there. And you can tell he's just bored. He's looking off. He can't meet Elon's eyes. Like he barely looks at him. He's looking at his son, looking off around the corner. It's pretty embarrassing that the sitting president of the United States isn't even conducting a joint interview with his nominal vice president, but with Elon Musk. We'll play the rest of this, and again, I'll remind you of the first clip that was shown, but you know, let's address the so-called substance of what Musk has to say. He used to be adored by the left. Well, that was because previously you were seen as more of a pop culture icon than a political heavyweight, a political influencer. Now you've burrowed your way into the heart of American politics. He's the most powerful and influential unelected politician in the history of this country, right? Remember, he's not the candidate. He was never the candidate. He's constitutionally ineligible to run for president. He doesn't even have a Senate-confirmed position. He's the de facto co-president at a minimum, arguably the de facto shadow president. And you say so many stupid, dishonest, and conspiratorial things. Of course, rational people, aka most people being on the left, would have an issue with you. You spread racist, xenophobic, bigoted, anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. You have, once, talked about how important it is to address the effects of climate change, and that's why you believed in electric vehicles, but you have enthusiastically embraced and empowered a party that campaigns on the notion that climate change is a hoax. So you've just abandoned your principles there. Basically, all of your political prescriptions, all of your political observations are either stupid, dishonest, or just conspiratorial. There's very little good that you have to say. Of course, that's going to drive the left away from you. This idea that the left left you, no, you left the left. You walked away from it to embrace MAGA. That's why you're not adored by people who oppose MAGA. That's your fault. Not sure why you're blaming the left on that. But again, it's really awkward stuff from Elon Musk, who seems incapable of any sort of like functional charisma whatsoever. I mean, this is a guy who has to reportedly boost the algorithms on his own social media platform to further augment his posts. Like during the 2024 Super Bowl, President Biden posted a tweet to Twitter that got greater engagement than Musk's. And again, reportedly, he was pissed. We can't have this. And so he demanded that the algorithms be changed to artificially boost his tweet over the president's. That's how narcissistic, thin-skinned, and pathetic this guy is, which is stunning given his wealth and power. You would think he'd be about as far from the perception of pathetic as possible, and yet somehow he seems to embody it. So that was one clip, okay? The original preview, the OG, wasn't much better because what's interesting is Sean Hannity, as Sean Hannity is wont to do, right? We've covered this in previous videos with Hannity's solo interviews and town halls with Trump. Hannity's not stupid. Hannity's a partisan, and that's okay. I'm a partisan. Of course, I would argue that it's much worse given that he's backing the more corrupt, more dishonest, more dangerous party by far. But he's trying to spoon feed Trump and Musk off-ramps and ways to calm the political storm, particularly around their relationship, right? Because again, it's an increasingly common perception that Musk is Trump's puppet master, or at the very least is his effective partner in the presidency. But I don't think Hannity addressing this actually does any of them any favors because it only fuels the perception. So here was the original preview in which Hannity, Musk, and Trump desperately try to end this narrative, even though the facts suggest otherwise.
Both aware, you have to be keenly aware that the media and the punditry class, not that, I think you've proven they have no power anymore because they threw everything they had at you and they didn't win. And that was, the New York Times, Washington Post, 3 networks, every late night comedy show, 2 cable channels. They just threw everything, lawfare, weaponization.
Sure.
And now I see they want you two to start, they want a divorce. They want you two to start hating each other. And they try, President Elon Musk, for example. You do know that they're doing that to you.
Oh, I see it all the time. They tried it, then they stopped. That wasn't. They have many different things of hatred. Actually, Elon called me. He said, they're trying to drive us apart. I said, absolutely. They said, we have breaking news. Donald Trump has ceded control of the presidency to Elon Musk. President Musk will be attending a cabinet meeting tonight at 8 o'clock. And I say, It's just so obvious. They're so bad at it. I used to think they were good at it. They're actually bad at it, because if they were good at it, I'd never be president. Because I think nobody in history has ever gotten more bad publicity than me. I could do the greatest things. I get 98% bad publicity. I could do, outside of you and a few of your very good friends, it's like the craziest thing. But you know what I have learned, Elon? The people are smart. They get it.
Yeah, they do, actually.
They get it. They really see what's happening.
Yes.
They do see what's happening, which is why Elon Musk's polls are in the toilet, and he's rapidly losing support even among Trump's own base, because, again, it is an increasingly common perception that Musk is holding Trump's strings, that he's holding the leash. They perceive him as having an outsized influence in the federal government, and they don't like it. Poll after poll after poll after poll after poll shows this. So Trump's right. It is true that the people are catching on. He's just pretending that they're catching on in a way that favors him. Actually, no, they're catching on in a way that spells doom ultimately for your relationship, assuming public opinion matters to you at all. But again, I don't think that I keep going back to this notion of Game of Thrones, Tywin Lannister, when he's Hand of the King and he's lecturing his grandson, Joffrey, who is the king. He's like, listen, you keep talking about how you're the king, but any man who must say I am the king is no true king. And Trump is constantly having to do that, and so are his spokespeople. Yes, Donald Trump is truly in charge. Yes, Donald Trump is the president. No, Donald Trump is not taking orders from Elon Musk. The more you are either forced to confront this, or choose to confront this because you're overreacting, you're overcompensating, you're trying to get out there ahead of it, the more you fuel the fact-backed perception that Musk is disproportionately powerful in this relationship and Trump is submissive or beholden to him. So I don't think this is, we obviously haven't seen the full interview. It airs tonight, but based on the clips I've seen, it only emphasizes the awkwardness of Musk, his unlikability. It seems that Trump barely tolerates him, even as Trump and Hannity try to massage the situation for their own PR benefit, because clearly they see Musk is valuable with his wealth and his social media influence. But I think this will only further exacerbate questions about who's really in charge. And I just don't think that's good for Trump's ego or for the overall health of the Trump administration, because even an increasing number of MAGA Republicans don't want Musk in charge. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.